big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Right there, 56. Man, I got you. 26.
First down, Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darren Lee able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's got his target, it's Cobb. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. This is Elliott. Still on his feet. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 46 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Kai Forbath on for the extra point. And a penalty flag is down here. The kick no good, but they may have sold out a bit too much for the block. Looked like they made contact with him on the follow-through. Extra point attempt here still to come. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 19-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. To throw, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. A first down carry by Elliott. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, good job defensively to recover. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Cowboys 7, Chiefs nothing.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Check 53, Mike. All day, punt. 26. No.
Here's Elliott. Dances by him. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And Forbath will put this one through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
This will be taken in at the 1.
Good one, boys. Let's go.
The Chiefs
Let's
take
go.
over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the pass.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Mahomes completes that one to Watkins, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Their 1st down, Chiefs.
I don't need to. I'll go away. I'm about to take you to school. Hey.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Looking downfield for Kelsey. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Prescott. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Well, a 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Bennett, the former Texas A&M Aggie, dropping the hammer. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Final play of the half, Prescott, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They run it again with Williams. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after them now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Williams. Room here to run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jordan Lewis. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Watkins, the intended receiver. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Prescott. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. On the jet sweep, here's Cooper. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 7-yard gain that gets him back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now Prescott on 4th down. That's complete to Cobb. It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas first down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Blitz coming, and and down he goes. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. 9 good yards there on the run, and now third down.
It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 4.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down. Prescott to throw on 4th. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
53 is the mark. Hey, let's get this.
Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The return. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jordan Lewis. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Forbath able to convert the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now as a quarterback, Are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Now here's Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 58 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Forbath, the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Makes the score Cowboys 38, Chiefs nothing.
Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Again, it's Williams. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
I don't need to. There's a line. Hey, 43, 15. Watch out. Check,
Mahomes now on first down. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
You got three down.
Now Mahomes. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
So many times we end the game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Intended that time for Cooper, and that'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Elliott running right. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.